flat is such a shithole right now, but we're in the middle of sorting things. We bought furniture for the first time because we've only got so much time in the day to make things. As much as I'd like to build it all, focus on what I do have to make. But anyway, pure shithole, but it'll be sorted soon. And I just broke a glass, my precious stellar glass, so that's sad. Anyway, I'm building this thing right now. Gonna be some kind of mountain with a hut at the top. This hut. Started making this quite a while ago. It's taken a long time. It's just something I'd add on to when I felt like it. Sometimes I would just leave it for like 3 months. Other times I'd get obsessed, do loads on it. Yeah, it took ages really with all these little bits, like, see all those planks? Damn camera. All those planks and things made out of lollipop sticks and stuff. And these parts from beer mats. Like I painted everything, and then I painted these bits of wood, and then I'd intentionally sand them and scratch them and stuff so they looked more like old planks you just found somewhere, distressed wood kind of thing. And then like this roof, there's all bits of can cut up, and I'd leave the bits in salt water for a while, forget about them, and then piece the roof together like that. I mean, didn't really think much about it when I was making it, but now that I have, I realise at least the top part is very similar to a hut me and my friends had when we were kids. It was this abandoned lifeguard hut somewhere by some cliffs. You could see the sea there. It was great. But it was all made out of rusty corrugated metal like this. The walls were as well. But when we found it, a lot of the roof was missing. They had parts of wall missing. One part had no wall. So we found lots of scrap roofing like this, life size, obviously, and found lots of wood around and stuff, and we'd add on walls similarly to this method. We're just piecing together anything you find into one big patchwork, so just throw in like big boards like this, then any other piece you have, just nail that into that, then nail it into the next thing until you have this big wall, that kind of bounces. That's how it's made. Really sketchy, but it worked, and we had a door built into it with a lock and everything. And the more I do art, the more I kind of realise everything I want to spend my time doing is just things I've always done. Drawing, painting, building stupid things, making little videos. Particularly one of my brothers, we used to make like stupid little films and stuff, but I think they're actually quite good for our age, to be honest. And he's the first person who really showed me how to use different camera angles and to do some basic editing and stuff like that. He's still good at that kind of stuff. He's in IT now. Well, he was for a while anyway. Whatever. God, I end up talking so much shite whenever I start. And I added on the stilts really just, I don't know, an extra fantastical treehousey kind of element. I made sure for animation purposes, should I ever want to animate it or film with it, that you can take the roof off. And you can also take this front wall off. And it's got a little mezzanine bed here. Little pillows are made over here. And you come down this ladder come down into the living room section. This little table, stained it with coffee, wanted it to stick out a bit from the rest of the wood. This little fruit bowl I made out of clay for it here. Not that pleased with that. I don't know, fruit's too bright maybe. Looks a bit weird. Doesn't fit in that well, the rest of it. Quite like the bowl though. And you can see there's a chimney here. So the bottom of that was a ping pong ball cut open, and then with a straw stuck in the top with some matchsticks at the bottom for legs, and then just coated all that in clay and the inside in clay. So I have put a little fire in here before, as you can see it's kind of burnt, and it does make smoke come out the top, but it doesn't last very long. So when I'm putting it in an exhibition, I want to see if I can get some kind of incense thing in there. The sticks don't work. You get those like incense lump things, whatever they're called. That might work. That'd be a nice touch if I can get it to anyway. Some shelves at the back. Some mugs, a bowl, some little books up here. So there you go, there's a little hut. So I've been using this tripod as a base. Wrapping this chicken wire around. So it's going to be like a path going up with things walking up there. And they're going to be coming out of like a cave here, I think. Be very, very loosely based on a place in Jersey called Le Hugby, which is a big mound built by Neolithic people, and it's got a tunnel underneath built out of stones, a big cave, and they think it's a burial place. It's got all these different tombs coming off the sides of it and stuff, and then at the top of it, obviously a long time later, people have built a church at the top. And it's got that kind of winding path going up. Couldn't settle on an idea for ages for a sculpture exhibition I'm supposed to be doing. I've got other drawings as well, and little things are made, but I could never settle on anything. I'm thinking of things I wanted to make. Got obsessed with a minecart for a while. But anyway, so it'll be something like this, but I'm going to go with different colours. But you see what I'm getting at. Maybe some of the rocks look kind of like faces or body parts and stuff, and then I think like little men walking up it. I've also got this thing called the Pubosaurus Rex, which it's a long story, but basically I started collecting the hair that piles up in my comb when my hair falls out each time I comb it, and somehow this just became sentient one day, and it took the form of a little dinosaur. So this dinosaur that we just ended up calling the Pubosaurus Rex, it's just been living with us since then, really. So anyway, I want to get it to go in the top hut, because I think it'd be cool if I make all the little model figures walking up to it like they're on some quest to meet it, and it can just stay in there. But to be honest, I mean, as cushy as the hut is, you know, it's just going to depend on them. They've got a bit of an attitude, really. I mean, you'd think they'd be happy to do it, considering they have nothing else to do and we provide everything for them. But we'll see, we'll see. We haven't been getting along lately, to be honest. They've just been doing me and Elle's head in, so fingers crossed they agree to that.
understand how to get along in the world. But it's easier said than done when all along you could be wrong, you could be wrong, you could be wrong. It's easier said than done. It's gone too long. Could really do with a shave.
So Michael visited the other day, the gallery man. That was really useful, and he was saying how basically he thinks that the hut being on top of the sculpture is a bit too clunky maybe, and that's they seem like separate things, like the hut's something I've already made, already quite resolved, and that the sculpture itself without that is a piece in itself, the sculpture with the people walking up and round it. And as soon as he said it, I thought, wait, yeah, he's exactly right. It is going to look better without it, to be honest. And so the plan is I'm still going to exhibit that hut anyway, and the Pubosaurus Rex dinosaur thing. But what I'm thinking now is I'm just going to have the hut as a separate standalone thing, and I'm going to extend the legs on it, put it on some stilts. Already on stilts, obviously. But when I was out walking a little patchy here, we got some extra sticks. So I've got the bamboo, but it needs to fit in with, you know, more tree sticks like the hut. I've got these ones here, and I'm going to raise it up, hopefully successfully. Might have to go out and get some more sticks, won't we? We'll see. And then from there make a big ladder coming down off it.
Crash, look at this heart attack, asking for itself to be saved. It's easier said than done when all along you could be wrong, you could be wrong, you could be wrong. Easier said than done. Here's the church, here's the steeple, here's how to be a person like other people. Got to learn me some people skills to help me get along in the world. Got to learn me some people skills, 'cause you're 1 in 7 billion and I want
So I've made these two main sides of it, and I've got this temporary wire to hold it in place roughly where I need it whilst I join the two sides together with sticks. Got these pillows supporting it for now. I've taken off the balcony of the hut, so now it's just a little you know, perch. Well, not the balcony I haven't taken off the supports. Now it's just a planky thing, which I think will look better on the front, and then I just want to have a rope ladder hanging down from there. So mission today is making sure this stands properly, because it's slightly nerve-wracking putting that, which I've spent loads of time on top of something this sketchy looking. So make sure it's strong as fuck. One way or another it'll stand upright. Ladder's done, but now my head feels pretty weird after using a whole pack of super glue this morning. It's nasty, nasty shit. Recommend keeping your windows open when you use it, which I didn't, but they are now. So I'm pretty happy with this now. I like it so much more now that the ladder's done. Wasn't that keen on it before, and now, yeah, starting to appreciate it again. We'll see how long that lasts, I don't know. So Michael wants me to take this down to the gallery today, as well as my dinosaur. You're a good lad when you want to be, aren't you? Come on. So I'm going to take these down today, and then I'm going to take the other stuff down in a few days, which probably stresses them out, but I need the time. Felt well annoying about it, but it'll be all good. The only thing I want to do with this now is just add some more of this pink thread that you can see on the ladder and on these bits. Just add some more of that going down, so I think it makes it look way more interesting. And it ties it in with a hut as well, which has got pink planks all over it like this. They're nearly there. No problem.
That would be the difficult bit.
Yeah. Bye bye. Make sure you look after the hut, alright? I'll see you in a few days. So, there comes a time with any art exhibition I've done, or ones I've helped out with, for Elle mostly, where it gets really fucking stressful. And I know it's only art at the end of the day, but you know, it means a lot to us. And you feel exposed, putting your work out there in public, with all these strangers looking at it. Yeah, but there's always a point with every exhibition where you start thinking, fuck, I've got so much to do. Why haven't I done more already? Is it even good? Is this just shit? And you think, how am I going to get everything done in that time? I'm going to just be working relentlessly. And I'm about in that period now. So I've got 2 days before my deadline for this. 3 days before the actual exhibition, but 2 days before I definitely have to have everything there. And I'm happy with what I've already got there. But you know, I want to make use of this thing I've spent most of the month doing. So I need to coat that mountain in something. I'm not sure what yet. Gonna have to do some tests and find out. I want to make little figures walking up it still. probably with plasticine, and I want to have a little moon on top now because I'm interested in that imagery of people heading towards a moon, like heading towards a light, like moths. So I'm going to do that in some way, hopefully with a real light bulb, maybe not. So yeah, a lot to do, and obviously a lot of other stuff goes on outside of this footage, between work and maintaining relationships and eating, shopping, all that shit. The relationships and work isn't shit, but you know, maintaining myself, yeah, everything takes so long basically. But stressful, but we're going to do it, and then once the exhibition finishes, it's half term after that, so I can have a proper rest. I'm well excited for that. So this, some crumbled up polystyrene with some grout. I still quite like this, I'm just not sure if it's right for this. Obviously I mix a bit of paint in there as well. Or alternatively, I've got sand that I want to try as well, but I don't have much. There's a volleyball court down the road, so I've just got a couple handfuls. I kind of wanted to grab more in case I want to cover it all, but my guilt kicked in. More of a conscience these days. So if I do want to cover it in sand, I'm going to have to go to the beach. So that'd be nice. So anyway, I'm going to do a test with this. I kind of liked the look of this when I first did it. Now looking at it, I feel like it sort of looks like shit. However, I started using some sand, small amount of sand with grout, and it makes this kind of colour, which I much prefer the look of. And then I thought maybe I would like some colour like this design up here I have. So see how that's got the sandy tones and the blue bits. I thought I could mix in some spray paint into there, but actually blend it out, so this goes from sandy tones, gradually gets bluer. Haven't faded that well, but even bluer up there. Enough. That's just spray paint, I have no sand in there. I'll sort that out. Might go with that route. I will go with that route, so I'm gonna have to go to the beach for sand.
I've been 2 whole days without booze, and I'm proud about it. Lately I've been keeping up with the news, and I'm proud about it. I remember reading something about a military coup, and I frowned about it. And then I took a sip from my brew and looked out at the view from my room in England. I don't care what they say, there's always room in England.
So, the flat is a fucking shithole, there's shit everywhere. Had such a terrible sleep because I was up late doing this. Then I got up early to do this, so did Elle.
And I'm ill.
And she's ill. I'm really happy with how this looks. This morning we were making this scaffolding structure that like sits upon it, and then we made this little moon that hangs down. Mostly Elle made all these little armatures, wire armatures. You wrap in plasticine. So these stab into it. We're going to have them walking all the way up, some of the mid and the bottom and stuff. And I think it would look great. It's been a very nice process for this morning. It's stressed me out to shit. And down too. But yeah, we were saying this morning how it would be great to have a really intricate scaffold around it with all little figures, because it's starting to look like a mine for a blue rock, like lapis lazuli. So the plan was to transport the sculpture down there using this trolley that one of our neighbours has left in the car park of our building. In fact, there's like 3 of them out there. So someone in the building's got a little fetish for stealing trolleys. But, you know, we may as well benefit from it. But anyway, we just tried to get it out the flat and like only got it through that door partly, and it's all just flaking off and crumbling and going to shit, and it's a nightmare. And that's only about 4 meters, not even 4 meters, I can't think, about 4 feet over there, and it's crumbling to shit. And I was like, I think you should just not I think you should just not take it to the shop. But she was right. But it's obviously a hard thing to be told after working on this like a lunatic for days. Should have learned, really, because I think we've had a similar problem before where the grout it doesn't really work so much over flexible surfaces. I think that's long enough for us to not quite remember how bad it can be. So I just called Michael, the curator, and just to apologise and say, like, I'm just going to destroy it if I take it there. I'm better off preserving it and using it for a video or something here. But he seemed completely fine with it. I hope he's fine with it. Felt dead annoying though with all the back and forth that's been going on just for this, even though I've already got work in there. Just gonna have to leave it. Just gonna have a fat rest. And to the end of the day, got loads of new ideas from this. And it's been exciting to be a part of something, exciting to have a deadline. It's forced me to think of all these new thoughts. Loads of ideas for new pieces to do now. But I am gutted, because I do like this. But it's just not ready. So what can I do? So, it's now the middle of March, and as you can see, I've got my work back. So the day after my deadline, I had a full day of teaching, working, and then me and a few friends met at a pub before the exhibition and made our way down after that. It was actually a really good turnout. Apparently the most that's ever been to an output gallery opening. That's great. There's a lot more people than it shows on this video, but I just was not in a filming kind of mood that night, to be honest, and I was pretty tired, and I just quickly got out my phone and took a little shot. Yeah, as I say, I was knackered that day still, and wasn't feeling super sociable with new people, as lovely as they all were. It's just that kind of day. So I mostly just stuck to my close friends, and then we retreated to another pub after that, which was nice. But I thought, because it was so crowded most of the time, we were outside in the smoking bit a lot of the time, so I thought me and Elle will go down another day. And we did. Me and Elle walked patch down, and we had a little look whilst it was nice and empty, pretty much. And I'm really glad we did. It was worth the trip to just see all the artists' work up close without feeling too overwhelmed or distracted. And yeah, it was great. I can see why Michael put us all together. I'd only met one of the artists before, Amy Sanders, but the rest of them I hadn't heard of, but it's good stuff. Yeah, as I say, I can see why he put us all together. Like, it was all very different, but still felt like it belonged together. And also there was a lot of underlying creepy vibes to all of it. A lot of it quite unsettling in some way or another. The same with my stuff in a way too. If you're still there, thank you for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.